Be the type to be like, man, look, like, what is it? I'll sit there and be like, man, you only eat whatever. It's my show. You be like, nigga, ain't got dinner time.
Can I have a quick comeback?
I'm ready. Yep, I'm ready to go.
Good.
Yeah, I'm.
I cannot believe it.
Expressed on the broadcast of Power 4.4 Radio are solely the opinions of the individuals involved and does not represent those of Power 4.4 Radio or Live 365. Power 4.4 Radio is not responsible for any information reported on the program. Today's show is sponsored by Master Photography. Contact photography and design.
Yeah, that's something he reserves for me.
2429. Let them know that Power 4.4.
He said he was taking no credit for Tooth. As soon as Tooth went well, he was like, that was me. I did this, Jay McGraw here.
Today, today lasts forever.
My name is Oakland Smith.
He says, me, I am Jimi Hendrix.
And like you,
I know West Florida.
That's me.
He said, if it sucks, I'm at liberty to cut you out. Fire you on the spot.
Consumers the ability to keep track of the products they purchase, rate the effectiveness of those products, and then share those personal reviews with others. Please download the Touchagram app today and take control of your personal journey with cannabis.
Take us to work, take us on the go, take us wherever you go. Powered 4.4 Radio.
Good boy 94.1 No. Make sure you stay locked in. Power 4.4 Radio. Great music, great show. You heard.
To Baby Girl Says Who, What, When, Where, and Why. Every second and fourth Sunday, where our topics will empower you, enlighten you, and educate you. This is Renee Reynolds, aka Baby Girl Says Who, What, When, Where, and Why on Power 4.4.
Greetings. It's your Queen of Trauma Drama, Evangelist Dr. Tony Terry, asking you to join me every Sunday for the Hour Power Radio Show, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Power 4.4 Radio. This is a place where you can speak your trauma and eliminate your drama. Again, that's every Sunday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Power 4.4 Radio.
This is Kid Kong. Tune into Toon World every Saturday from 8 to 9 p.m. on Power 4.4 Radio.
Baby.
Hold up. Always so much fun here. That's right. Hello, y'all. So much fun, man. Welcome back to Toon World here on Power 4.4 Radio. As always, I'm your host, Kid Kong. That is right. You think people are too kind. They love me. They really love me.
They really love me.
They really do. It's so much fun out here.
So much fun.
With me, as always, is Jay McGraw.
Yeah.
He's like, make sure you tip your bartender. That's that thing. That's right there. And with us today is none other than the guy that makes the beat here that y'all all love so much.
Talk that talk.
That's right.
Hold on, before we get to him, we forgot a person.
Nigga, I was gonna get to him afterwards.
We gotta get to this
Fire.
person. This person always here.
With his spirit.
Every week, he's always.
Look at this guy over here. Balls in a bunch. Oh,
Just here to collect the check.
You already know what it is. You're rocking with Toon World on Power 4.4 Radio. You heard?
I love Egg the Bank as much as anybody, but we're supposed to sit there and make the guest wait till after his ghostly ass.
The guest is so important. You have to give him. You gotta let it breathe.
You gotta let him. You gotta let him breathe now.
Gotta let it breathe.
That's what we're doing here.
The guest is legendary.
Yes, the guest is in fact legendary.
He is.
That's right. He is the legend. Listen, they came to see me, Otis.
Y'all hear this?
DJ Kyng Ray, y'all. They say they say that this man's catalog is so stacked that we had to bring him back.
That's right.
Stacked him back. You see what he did, right? You see the wordplay, right?
Right. You see that? That's why I'm a rapper.
You see that?
That's right. How you been, man? How you been?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Like I'm on a cloud right now. I'm on a cloud of just greatness and just taking in life as it is, you know, taking in life as like this is a gift that you're given every day and you should praise it.
Holy shit, we got another anchor bank on the show.
Nah, you won't get dumb,
fellas. Listen, this is why I have the glasses on and I got the sunshine hoodie on right here.
I'm not gonna get dumb deep, but I'm feeling.
No, life is beautiful, man. Life is absolutely beautiful. We are so glad to have you on the show. And as a matter of fact, your pristine producer skills are so dank that we can't even find niggas to rap on that beat you made specifically for the show.
Really?
Like, no, people have tried. But they have tried. Like, we were going to put a contest together and everything, and then we sat there and we're just like, damn, this beat's so fire. What the hell are we supposed to do?
Just let it play.
Wow.
It lives and embodies Toon World.
Maybe you just don't need nobody on it.
Oh no, that decision was made a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
that decision was very much made a long time ago. We've had people sit there and be like, after the interview, like, damn, man, I should spin on this one. I gotta look at them in the face every time, be like,
that bitch.
Right? Like it's like I appreciate the rapidry of these people to want to rap off every damn thing they hear, but this one's got to be left alone and solidified, you know?
That'd be a strong no.
Right? Yeah, exactly. No, it's a hard no. Yeah, like one of them. You know what I mean?
Hold up, you gotta do this though nowadays. Respectful.
Yeah. Exactly. Like when you go out there and you tell somebody, listen, your titties is tittying.
Respectfully.
You can put respectfully on anything.
That's right.
And it's just okay.
You know, I was at Tune Fest, respectfully.
Oh really? Yo said
man, I saw that. It looked lit.
It was.
It was.
Jay's like, I can throw a party.
The energy looked amazing.
The energy was absolutely amazing, and I'm glad that I was able to remember as much of it as I did, as much of it as were, and it was so awesome to be able to sit there. That we're still sitting here talking about this momentous occasion, if you will.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because let me tell you something. As a person who has sat there and had their fair share of like definitely age, you know, to be able to sit there and I'll tell you how it is. To be a promoter at a festival is crazy. You know what I mean? As is. But you get like a certain sense of what's the word? Not power. It's power. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like to be able to sit there and structure stuff or whatever. You're trying to sit there and have a good time with everybody, talk to them, you know, shake hands, kiss babies, and you're just, you know, like Chris, yo, we need your help down here. I'm like, you know, it gives you a certain. You put this hand up, you put it just like this. You seem so important. Shawty can come up to you and be like, maybe we should go back to my place. Hold on that. Yeah, hello, very important person here. But we need more ice in the cooler. Baby, I gotta take this one. But you go ahead and hold on to that thought right there. Like, yeah, it was just all together, just like it was definitely great. We got Jay McGraw before.
I saw.
Yeah.
I saw.
We got the Jay McGraw. And don't listen.
Burning down stages.
Yeah, still burning down stages, still bullshit at beer pong. But
I won.
Respectfully.
You got me on that one.
yeah, respectfully. Like it's like you look, you ain't shit. Respectfully. And for our non-music people out there, what is this contraption you have in front of you here, DJ Kyng?
Oh, this is my troublemaker.
That's your troublemaker?
Troublemaker. I've been using MPCs since my late teens, early 20s.
Really?
That's short for MIDI Production Center. Like a lot of your bigger or favorite producers use them.
Right.
This is more recent version of it. It's more of a hybrid.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have tons of them. So
you got tons of those?
Yeah, different models from over the years.
Over the years. Yeah,
it's one of my favorite go-to pieces.
So like as a producer, that's kind of like it's kind of like the next gaming console. You sit there every time there's like a new one that's made, you got to sit there and get the next one to be able to sort of keep up, or is it something you could be? It's kind of like a microwave or a blender. You could keep using it until it just ends up.
You can keep using. I'm still using earlier models from like the 90s. So you can have two of the same one and they don't sound the same sonically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what makes them so great.
And what may I ask? Like how current is this? Like what year is this one?
This came out about 2017, 18.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I always look at producers and I'm like, man, like, and I think the years lately have kind of taught us this. The producer is a very huge part of the song. You know what I mean?
The biggest.
Yeah. Okay.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
A lot of these guys, a lot of these guys don't really understand. You got to understand we're in the generation of the bedroom producer, which means that you don't really have to go to a high-tech recording studio to accomplish things musically. You can do a lot of this stuff in your house, so they don't really know what titles it is to compose a record. You know what I'm saying? A producer is like the biggest part of a record. So when they hear the term producer and they know that this particular producer don't make his own beats, they discredit him. Not knowing that most producers really don't make their own beats. The producer is in charge of the record from the beginning to the end. They're the ones that bring the best writers in the room, the best musicians in the room, if they don't play themselves.
Right.
They're who the record company hires to put these records together. So they are the tastemakers, basically.
Okay. So it's a lot more than just making a beat.
It's a lot more than. That's why the term beat maker came around, because some of these guys really just make beats. So if you put them in a room where they have to really direct and stuff, they don't really know where to start. Some of them not. And this is not to discredit anybody, but it's important to learn these roles because those paychecks also teach you those roles.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Really? A producer check is way different from a beat maker's check, way different from a songwriter's check, way different from an executive producer's check. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these roles are different and they play a very important part.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense because I do know I know a lot of engineers that say that they're like engineers, but an engineer is supposed to sort of be like your A&R if they believe in you.
Yeah,
you know
the engineer is the second producer. He's the second. He or she is the second string producer. When I'm working with certain clientele, they entrust in me to take their records to the next level. So that could be me not only mixing a record, but adding things to their records or taking away things that to bring it to the next level. One of my mentors and clients that I've had over the past 12 years or so, shout out to Aguilar to Don Bishop. He entrusts me with his music to take it to the next step. He entrusted me to say, you should try something else. Even just him hiring me as an engineer for his label. I'm his label's engineer.
Okay.
So
you work with everybody.
Yeah, Propane. Yeah, I've touched vocals of, a lot of veteran MCs, like Big Daddy Kane, Sean Price, Raekwon, Lord Tariq. What kind of time you got? You know what I'm saying?
Jay McGraw. Oh, he's something.
Jay McGraw.
I am.
He's right.
Yeah, so different hats is important. Is crucial. You got to know what hat you're putting on. So me as a producer is different from me as an engineer,
right?
Or songwriter, or I choose to be in a particular situation. Because I started out as a session musician myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Session musician?
Yeah, session musician.
What's the definition of that for people that don't necessarily know?
That's what they call beat makers now.
Okay.
Okay. So like I could have been in charge of drum programming, keyboard programming, playing keyboards, phone, stuff like that. Like sometimes, like even working on other people's records, sometimes I just ask them, I don't even want credit. I just want your record to glow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of records I've touched where it was just like, no, you good. Where somebody else snarling and drooling and thirsty, like, no, I need all of that credit. You know what I'm saying? But trust me, they know. They when it comes, they know. I don't have to say too much about it. So
that explains. I mean, look at this guy's getup. You can just tell, like, when something just oozes confidence. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the ghost. He's on live watching.
Oh, the ghost is on watching.
The ghost is watching.
I like how you here through a damn Zoom meeting to collect the check.
fellas, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. I'm not gonna be there this week. But like, nigga, we ain't seen you since last Tune Twist.
But yeah, so that's me. Outside of DJing, writing and rapping or whatever I choose to do that day. So might be skateboard. Okay, I don't know.
So
what is going on.
So you're just like, so I was like, as a producer or a guy who does all this, like, is it always just kind of like a never-ending sort of a hunger to just master everything? Is that what this is now?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Because you get bored with certain. I get bored fast. So, I'm also a techie and a gearhead. So I'm always looking at the latest gear or machines, latest technology as far as like music or just everyday things. So that's me on a regular. That's me every day.
That's how you gotta be, man. You gotta. Yeah, that's how you gotta be, man. You just gotta sit there and be the best that you can be through everything. Yeah. Because, like, being a musician, I've always looked at it like there's always got to be more. Like, you never in this business just want to sit here and just do one thing. We live in an era where you have to be multidimensional for anybody to give a rat's about you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because, like, think about it, right? If I go to a store and all you sell is cheese, all right, well, that's cool. But if the store down the street sells cheese, meat, lettuce, tomatoes,
I'm going down the street.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to look at it like that, just the same way you you sell yourself through anything, because this business is driven by What can you do? And if you just say, "Oh, I be rapping," I promise you, that's a good way. And I mean,
They're gonna be like next.
Right. Everybody be rapping.
Yeah, you can't just do that anymore. You literally have to be a business.
Yeah.
You know,
especially like
branding is important.
Yeah. Oh, it's all about branding. You know what I mean? Like artists has all the time. You know, we are brothers, and I did not treat you bad, Anchor Bank. And go ahead and
shout out to Anchor Bank. You let me get loose down soundstage one day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now
he gave me 15 minutes.
Really? Just do it on. Was he by any chance clasping his hands in his head? I know Aang's probably thinking like, I know these niggas do not just let loose on the radio show. That's my guy. That's my guy too, man. Anytime I see that he's the DJ for the bed, I'm good. Yeah, see, yeah, King Ray got your back. Us, however, too busy for us. But I promise you putting Power 4.4 radio. Listen, I show love. It's always love, man. Come on, man. Right, give me a break, fellas. Let me ask you something. Are you eating the edible? Or is the edible eating you? Good Lord, Sean. Well, we're gonna take our first commercial break. You gotta love Anchor Bank. You gotta love Anchor Bank, man. You really do.
That's my guy.
You got I'm telling you, like the music business is full of some crazy people, but I'm telling you, when you run into some good ones, man, you gotta hold on to them. You know what I mean? Like you remember what is it when King Red came in, damn near almost like wearing a cane and holding a cane and wearing a cape, and he's just like, guys, I've got somebody for you. Like, and then just unleashes Street Scott on us. like
that's my dude. Shout out to Street Scott.
Yeah, man. Like I still can't stop listening to Damn Gina.
Yeah, I actually had him on and he talked about it.
A word?
Yeah.
I would hope so. That's the most played song in the damn station.
And shout out to Chase Ultra too. He just dropped a dope ass album.
No word.
Black Cherry Gelato. Check that out. Produced by Street Scott and Jace. Shout out to Jace.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. These guys that do everything are the guys you got to sit there and look at. Especially, like I said, like Street Scott. Good Lord, man. Your track gets played here constantly. And if you don't believe it, I suggest you go on YouTube or just look in on the back episodes and you'll see it. We does not play around. We will play that song. I promise you. If there's a check on Apple Music for at least 1,000 or 2,000, just know that's a combination of me and Jay. I know there's other people that will listen to it, but I promise you, that play button, if it was real, would be worn down. Thanks. But we are in fact going to go ahead and do our first commercial break. When we come back, we will talk your head up because we can. Toon World on Power 4.4 Radio.
Yeah.
Oh, you're really playing this? You didn't have
Tell those moves, look, squad. We all coming through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't plan on this king. I got play by the rules. Staying home. Something like you. 7 shots. Let me bruise. Yeah, they need to hit this fuse. Time's up.
Put my hand in once I'm done. They say it's that high grade. She said hit it from the front. They say it's that title weed. Yeah, the good nigga, I'm good nigga, but no, I don't be late. And I bet up on my kitchen since my mother went in the grave. I smoke my own, I face it. Don't fuck with niggas that lace it. The bitch that she gon' chase it. I pulled up and let her chase it. I just a bitch you never live. We ain't stop and never whip. We have been through the struggle and overcome it every year. I love you, love me.
Since we get it, get married, see how I'm greeted, undefeated, I compete with the greatest of DMC. I got the top of my division, I move with and make decisions, I move with hella precision to maintain conditions, and this is easy, hell no, I ain't never stop, I keep it climbing the greatness and patience, so I ain't waiting, try to get it taken, and if I want it, I take it, and I gotta make it, I'm frozen, just shit to say it.
One of these days they said I'm a creep. Swallow my pride and I deal with the heat. Man on the front line, break them. King on the throne, excuse my love. Waters of John, but I keep with the boots. Feeling like Mike when he went with the bulls. Tell my team, better keep score. Look at my stats and I'm moving 1 foot in and out of the door. We ain't just going to go, the rest of people. 117 here, no detours. I don't want to break it away 10 more. On my dream, I shine no more. Instead of one cold in the best seat for. Tie my jersey, on my pole. Tie my jersey, on my pole. King on the throne, so they tell me in the world.
Chop it low, let me see you freak this. He ain't know you how that sad fat ghost sis. I ain't never see everything drop a bag so quick. Bend it over, shorty take no fashion over. Got it in the center, sorry I ain't coming over. This that but caught me in that jet. You ain't know my body, mommy water got that drip. And you swore me out of line. Been every single punch that every time. Now my legs is up, I'm trying to get my eye, but I ain't worried about nothing but them dollar signs. And if I took it back, better catch that. Oh, you can run me my money, here go my cash out. I make it bounce, make it shake, watch your back, make it break, smack it, let it rap, and you don't care if that's the case. Every one of the new takes up, I put it in this space. Got that shit, keep them tame, put that alien in this place. Every one of the new takes up, I put it in this space. Got that shit, keep them tame, put that alien in this place. And I'm looking at my rollie, it's about that time for me to bust it up and into my mind. Yeah, I'm looking at my rollie, it's about that time for me to bust it up and into my mind. Let me see, tell me no, 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 tell me no. Snap me like a basketball, and if you don't, come shake it up, shake it up. Bounce that booty like a basketball, and if you don't, come shake it up, shake it up. Big booty, little booty, shoot it up and get it, so it gotta make that tag. Get out of my ass, give me all that pain, make the Don't shake it at all.
How was that, right? Tell me how you wanted to say it. Does it? Okay.
Man, it takes a special type of guy back there to be able to somehow fit a division song along with another song during a commercial break. You know them niggas come at least 86 deep, even if there are 6 of them right there. And somehow you managed to squeeze that Wu-Tang Clan size song in a commercial break. That's talent, man.
That's what I do.
Impressive.
Right.
Impressive.
Indubitably.
Respectfully.
Right, respectfully. I was just talking with somebody about that. I was like, listen, I know I'm a grown ass man, but one day I just want to sit around the fireplace with like three other niggas just in like the nicest robe with like a pipe and just say like the stupidest possible stuff to put like indubitably at the end of it. just for a person to like picture that like, yes. Me and my wench were arguing the other day. It's quite annoying, so I gave her a backhand. Respectfully. Indubitably over here. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, just sit there.
I like the way you did that, kid.
Right, yeah. But it does. It adds like a bit of taste to it. Then you gotta you know what I mean? Like there's just certain things you can be able to do, but you gotta put a little razzle dazzle on it. You know what I'm saying? Pancakes taste great, but when you add the syrup, it's like, you see what I'm saying? like, all right, cereal's great, but you gotta have the milk. So you can sit there and be like, yeah, talking shit is great. So can you add something onto it? You know what I mean?
Respectfully.
Right, respectfully.
I mean, indubitably.
Can you imagine me hitting you up being like, man, I heard you was talking to my girl, you know, Monica, yeah, that's my girl. Come meet me at 524 North George Street, and I'm gonna kick your ass respectively. You'd be like, what the? you wouldn't know what to think. You'd be like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to shake this nigga's hand before I gotta whoop his ass.
Yeah.
It really do be like that. Like, think about it, right? At the next Tune Fest, if I sit there and I RKO you off the stage and I'm like, you took my belt, respectively, you're gonna sit there and be like, you know what? We cool. We cool, Kid Kyng. You gave me several head lacerations and a broken arm, but you know what? He's got my respect. And I promise you, I'll drive you to the hospital afterwards. I'm that much of a good guy.
Respectful.
Respectful. you know, we have a lot of fun here. And speaking of fun, fun, which has been fun. I know why people been seeing me geek out over here is because I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
But we out here killing it right now. Anybody on the network knows I'm a huge sports fan. As a matter of fact, this is usually the time of the season where things start to get a little different for me. Things are getting cold. You know, it's cold outside.
About to get cold.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cold winter.
It's a little nippy.
Yeah, not in around 1 o'clock.
You said the pipe. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, it was a little nippy outside.
It's a little nippy outside.
Right.
I'm not really a baseball fan. I don't watch.
It's not about the baseball. It is about the ambiance.
I'll pass.
Nigga, that's because you spent all your
It's
time.
a snooze fest to me.
How is that a snooze fest?
How you gonna sleep at a baseball game?
That's what baseball is.
No, baseball on TV will do that.
I can see it use like golf.
Right.
That's
Them niggas whisper on TV.
I would put golf and baseball right there at the same level.
Damn, I ain't never thought. I wish I had the Apollo clown right now to be able to get your ass out of this.
Hold on. He's about at the bar. He has the 9-hour.
They do that for old people. They're watching the TV as to not to startle them. I am convinced that's why golf people.
They need a nigga there. They need.
No,
like, dog, you missed it, man. God damn. He's close.
No, I'll play baseball before I sit and watch watch it or even go to a game.
Well, my thing is more of it's about the
Same
team.
thing with football.
What you mean same thing? Nigga, you just don't like sports. Go.
No, I love sports.
What the? You mean you couldn't watch a Ravens or an Orioles game?
I can't. I will play the video game.
I think we need to.
Excuse my language.
This nigga is.
I think we need the Dudley Boys him.
Yeah, I think. Nigga,
Hey,
and he don't even know what the hell the Dudley Boys are. Probably be like, yo, you watch
I'm
wrestling?
very familiar.
Oh, you watch some damn wrestling, but you can't watch
I'm
them.
a wrestling fanatic. Okay.
Now we found something to think about.
Basketball, wrestling, soccer, hockey, stuff like that. But like, just I used to watch football. I actually played football, but just something that
You really ain't helping out our reputation of what is that like light skinned nigga said. I'm gonna come up with that idea one day.
I love boxing. I love UFC. I love all that stuff, but
just not the good stuff.
You watch hockey?
Yeah.
I figured that he likes violence.
Really?
What is
football to you? Like people tackling each other? That's not violent.
Well, it's gotten watered down now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You can't hit the quarterback real hard.
They find a way.
You got to tackle.
Most contact sports has been pacified. Recently. That's
I mean, that's just the sad, strange, weird way the world has been turning in a sense of where you can't, do things or say that. Yeah, like
they'll wheel you off for having a boo. Like I can't get involved.
For me, it's about team spirit. Even though about like 50% of the population of Baltimore ain't shit, I still love them. And with that being said, I still love my teams. I'm gonna love my Ravens. I'm gonna love my Orioles. And so for that,
even when I was watching, I was never like a Ravens fan. I mean, it was
I'm not even going. I just heard what I said.
I'm not even going to cat. Like I probably haven't watched since they were the Browns. So
nigga, you watched them
and
as the
even
Browns.
then, no, but even then, like that's how long ago it's been. Like so, even then, I was in the teams like Seattle, the Raiders and shit like that. I wasn't.
Broncos.
I'm pretty sure King Ray is a vampire. Because this nigga doesn't even look his damn age. And he over here talking about, man, I used to watch it back when it was the and the what is it? They were the New York, what was it? They were the Brooklyn Giants. And you're like, nigga, stop acting like you 76.
No, I mean,
King Ray is just like one of those people that it's like, you ain't gonna find out his age, but you ain't gonna sit there and look at him and tell either.
I'm seasoned though.
Yeah, like I'll give you that. But you sit there, you're like, man, I used to love them teams back in the day, bro. Back when they were the Minnesota Knickerbockers, man, that was the team, bro.
Yeah.
Man, that was.
I mean, basketball is definitely first. Is between basketball and wrestling.
And basketball has gotten watered down. I don't even like basketball.
Yeah,
I love me some basketball.
It's like you ain't gonna really get a good game until the last quarter.
Basically.
Actually, you're not gonna get a good game until the playoffs.
Yeah,
that too.
Because I mean, like, look, like for some of us whose teams are just naturally god awful, I'm not gonna sit there and just watch. If I know my team sucks, I'll watch a little bit of it. But like, even being an Orioles fan, I used to sit there, and what made me work, like, first of all, one thing that irritates me, even though I mentioned this to Jay, I will throw away some money, and I don't like it, and it's something I'm working on. We'll get there before. But if I spend my dollar on something, let it be meaningful. You know what I mean? So if I go out to the ballpark, I do not intend to watch you get your ass spanked.
Well, I mean, that's what you're gonna do then.
No, I'm not.
Unless you're playing.
If I'm playing it, we get beat worse.
Beat worse.
Listen, man, a mosh pit formed at my show, and somehow my shoulder has been messed up for about 3 or 4 weeks. So what the hell you think is gonna happen when my ass tries to the mound and tries to throw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball?
Hey,
some of us can't help it. Some of us can't help it that you're younger or older or whatever.
The Greek debates.
Man, them Brooklyn Dodgers, bro. It was like, yeah, being born in the 90s is hard.
Sometimes, I'm gonna tell you though, and some conversations, it does feel good to say that, like back in my day, because I mean, it's just good. It's great to say. It adds, yeah, like back in my day, you know,
instead of the LA Raiders, they were called the San Diego Raiders.
Right,
like back in the day, the Ravens, you know what I mean? It was like, look, back in my day, it was a cold day in '84, and the entire Baltimore Colts just dipped out on the city.
True story.
But that do come back full circle because you're gonna notice yourself doing it. You're gonna be like, damn.
Right.
You're gonna notice yourself doing it because I was like, my mom used to be like, yeah, you know, back in my day, we used to buy gas for a quarter. I'm like, what? Gas for a quarter? Jeez, I would have been driving the whole summer.
Even when I was younger, growing up, a quarter could get you a lot. When I was growing up.
Jesus Christ, man! Yo, you get on my nerve.
I'm talking about
penny. McGraw's older than me, by the way.
Are you talking about penny candy?
Yeah, penny candy. Like you get a whole smorgasbord for
This nigga's like, yo, I was born in the 90s, but he's like, man, a nickel used to be able to pay rent. Nigga, what?
How about that?
You're like, what the?
See, they have a card now. When I was coming up, they had food stamps, actual stamps.
You did not want to be in the store with that. The rainbow money. You did not want to be in the store with that.
The Monopoly money.
Yeah. You try to tuck it, and then the smart ass store clerk want to open it.
Want to open it up to see what it is.
I told you what it was. You had to do that.
Yo, I love when you walk into a store. Not like I love. I hate when it happens to me. But it's just the funniest thing. Like you just sit there and see some cashier, you know they just mad as hell about their life, and they'll like see you pull up with the EBT card. Price. I'll do. You're like, I told you to be discreet. I don't make enough. I'd rather humiliate you. You're like, yo, come. I used to always be like, just always sort of like a weird out or whatever. When I had like my food stamp card, because I was always just like the international sign of like, oh man, you broke. You pull out like an EBT card. I pull out an EBT card now. I'm just like, yeah. But like back in the day, you pull up and here we are back in the day.
I slap it down like a Uno card. I mean, it's your money anyway. You're basically paying yourself for it. I slap that joint down like draw everything.
You should do like this. Can I use the keypad?
Right.
They be like, all right, yeah, so cash credit. And you be like,
the third.
oh, it didn't work.
Right.
Let me swipe it again.
Man, back in my days when I lived on Patterson Park Avenue, let me tell you something. When I had my little ghetto rig over in like in the little abandoned house I lived at, when you had an EBT card, you were God. And I say that by like, they not like, we used to throw parties at my little spot and everything like that. So there was just something like, you know how people wake up after a party, you got the taste of old alcohol. You sit there, you got like, you cling into that half a cigarette. You got maybe like that weed you was smoking is gone because you done shit. You done smoked it to make about maybe 5 or 6 more Facebook friends. You sat there, you're like, damn, what am I going to do? And then just like a nigga like me would walk downstairs and yes, I worked at Ross, so I got discounts. I came down in a robe. And you could just hear it behind me. I would just come down there and I'd be like, y'all bitches hungry? And you just watch them just flock you. You saved me, daddy. Because, like, I told you, like, I had to hook up or whatever to a guy over at the corner store. Go ahead and give me a sub and a pack of Pokes. Just like $6-7. You sit there. Yeah, a pack of Pokes. You roll back from that store. Just watch them sitting there with their Huggies juice. You be like, yeah. A pack of Posts. That's what they call it. You know what's funny? I'm telling you, when I hit 30.
Well, back in my days, they used to call them fugs.
They still call them fugs.
Stoves.
So yeah, it's
Squares.
Squares. Nah, that's medieval.
Squares.
Let me bum a square.
Squares. If you catch the right old white person, they say fags.
Nah, that's British people.
Yeah,
I'm not.
They,
I'm not finna walk up to no nigga around here fresh off the light round talking about, yo, you got a fag?
You might got one for
Got a fag. These days they be like, oh hey,
Right.
He said,
are you at the top or bottom?
I'm like, no, nigga, I need a cigarette. That's why I quit smoking. But like, so out of curiosity, you got any new things you working on already?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead and let the people know.
Right now, just finished up some music for a couple films and stuff like that.
A couple films, like films.
Yeah. Shout out to Roku TV. Shout out to DJ Murray Matt. Shout out to Jazzy B, DJ Cole. Shout out to Chanel Narcissist. Shout out to I got a little list. Shout out to ABC. Most of the work that I've been doing in probably the past 4 years has definitely been placements as far as like film and stuff like that. I don't really do a lot of artist development anymore, but I am working. Me and Jazzy, our album.
Okay.
Shout out to Like the Oracle, working on some stuff for her. Shout out to Nasty Boy Tay, working on some stuff for him.
That's what's up, man. Now that I know you rich and whatnot, I'm gonna need that paternity test.
I wish.
I still need to hit you with that paternity test, brother. I mean,
yo, shout out to my man Samuel and the whole Baltimore club music movement.
Yeah, that's right.
They're doing some filming tomorrow. I'm pull up on there. I did two records on there. So shout out to Tasha K. Man, shout out to everybody. They keep me working. So.
You don't watch sports, so you gotta stay working. You know. Yeah. He's like, nah, like legit. And that's cool, man. And I like I'm telling you, every time I run into you, it's a different level with you, man. Like it's always up. I like.
Oh yeah. And you know what? Hold on, real quick. And because I'm rude as hell. We're finishing up Chanel's album actually. I co-produced some of her records on there, but she produces her own stuff.
Okay,
shout out. I'm the cleanup guy.
Yeah, the cleanup.
Like she's dope by herself. She don't really need my help, but for some reason I'm there. I don't know.
She was gracious enough to let you to put your hands in the cookie jar as far as working on this project.
So we're wrapping up her album as well.
Man, so, y'all be staying busy. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm back to rapping now. This is exactly why.
You back at it?
Oh yeah. I know, like it's funny. No, he remembers. It's funny too because he remembers when I sat there. I was like, "Nah, I'm done." And I think you even said it too. He was like, "Man, your ass is going to be there." He's like, "You ain't going no damn way." And like, yeah, that's definitely something I want to say because I've seen certain people sit there and talk about quitting or whatever.
Yeah,
we've all sat there and said we have quit, but I promise you. It's just something you're gonna have to. If you've been doing it long enough, it's just something that becomes a part of you.
Yeah, hey, look, I've definitely said it and I've done it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, sometimes it's not a quote unquote retirement. Sometimes it's just you need to take a break.
Hiatus.
Yeah. Reassess what you're doing.
Right.
Like find some additional avenues in what you're doing.
Yeah, like sometimes you gotta sit there and just sort of like kick back, go to a beach and just like lay down on the sand and just contemplate. Like that's just more or less just like what was it? I never want to call it anything the peak of my career because I'm still going. I don't want to ever sit there and say the peak. But back when I was over here doing damn near a show every other day,
back in the day,
probably not respectful. when I was sitting there and it was just track after track, and basically it came to a point where I really was just like, yo, this is my job now. Sometimes certain things sit there and just kind of like, smack you in the face and you need to reassess yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And make sure when you take the break, it's because of you and not because of someone else. And that was my mistake.
Right.
You know, I would let relationships do it, or just things ain't really working right how I think people is looking at me, and it's not the case the whole time.
Right.
So it's like once you stop and you really see the impact you have on people, you're like, oh damn, you know what I'm saying?
That's what
now you got to start over.
And that's always the worst too, because I swear to you, it always really does look like the movies or whatever. You sitting there, you're the king of the mountain, something goes and knocks you down or whatever, and then you just have that montage where you see that kid that's on the crutches. That's just, and then the kid on the crutches was like, man, you know, like, you need to come back, man. And, you were my hero. Yeah, you were my hero. You got to sit there and look up at the sky, and you just like. Then you start, you know, doing the Rocky montage. You know, you start working out. Whole time you're a musician, nigga. You ain't need to work out, but you just add it, and then next thing you know, your guy Bilbo's about to close up the studio. You just kick open the door, and you're like,
one more time.
Yeah,
you need a montage.
What was it? Super ski montage.
Right. Even Rocky had a montage.
South Park is absolutely ridiculous. Well,
that's my show.
Speaking of a break, we're gonna go ahead and take another one real quick. It's a little 5-minute one. Don't worry, y'all. We're gonna be back. Tune World on Power 4.4 Radio. Yeah.
All right.
There it is.
Nothing come between us.
Like I said, you walk up in here like this is man. I got like I always get mad at myself when I don't know the people around me. And I'm like, this guy is really just chilling there like on the shit out shit. And then you find out, okay, this nigga big rapping. And he's just like humble about it. I don't care what y'all say. That nigga looks like Pop. Yeah, I was like, hey, this guy. That's pretty Pop right I don't even know what I got in
That's one of them records.
Yeah, it is. It don't even matter who you are. I don't care how old you are. You know Martin.
From that sound like if you take a step back when you hard as a week walk back, I think in the world dirt on and I said check your well lip looking like I'm a flat that big has to pull up running a real lap shit easy on the front get a piece of blow back.
Yeah, we had some talent on the show.
Got a guest up on the sit on my
Tonto.
plus two bad bitches the thinking they jump. Sing them across history, let a process stop you stop. But it seems like a drop you throw, but it come when speaking it all. Get pressed, I'm increasing them all up. Pour it in this month's last month, fucking label, the sign in cash. My stomach gon' rumble, I'm mad, hungry, I've been crippled up with massive tags. I'm stuff, big, dumb, ugly, essence in my car when I'm strong, buzzing, put carrots in my mouth, bombs, bunny, I'm struggling, mom, they bump from. I'm not a hoe unless I'm with your bitch, I'ma show you darkness when I flip my switch, I feel like a heartless when I get a grip. I'm up now when I won't get these bitches shit. So I'm stop freaking out, cause it's just a tip. I feel like a pebble when they sit, I'm hitting, get me special one, I'm on my hip, I'm mixed, I'm latching out like you pussy wet. Full like a dope, body flow, stuff is so great, that cocky tone, manifest, concept, sloppy low, race, head roll, flesh, pop a ball, single, like a running tank, since my heart cold dirt, and the benefits just my swag realized, my ass crack drip, so I left my stains on the bitch mattress. My wood gave that, bitch too big, so I put them all like she was a Kit Kat, it was that shit, it's fine, tempo, I'm all right, for that weapon hook, right, hold your girlfriend hook, can't fight, for a second, like, heist, if you snap it up and trip it, we gon' catch you fucking fight, on this structure, hook, send my blessings if it's past, can make heaven, hook.
That's right, it's Mr. Flood Season himself, DJ Kyng Ray, and you tune into, of course, Tune World with the one and only Kid Kyng, only on Power 4.4 Radio. Kids, lay off the drugs, because I don't remember none of this.
I mean, like, he was just telling me too, wasn't he? He was like, damn, I really did bring Street Scott over here. I'm like,
he's on acid.
I genuinely think that he thought when he hit me up, this was his first time.
I
we
really
put the
don't
interview
remember.
together.
I do. I know it was last year. I just don't remember.
Yo said, I don't even remember
the drop.
Yeah. Kids, just say no.
Yeah.
Or they'll say maybe.
Yeah,
That's
like,
right. It's Mr. Flood Season himself, DJ Kyng Ray, and you tune into, of course, Tune World with the one and only Kid Kyng.
That is your voice, right?
That is me.
I was about to say, I know I didn't label it wrong. And your name is Kyng Ray, right?
That was definitely.
It could be a clone over there that we're talking to.
I don't know, man. He's working on film scores and he's in Hollywood. And he might actually be. They might get him. He about to be on his Kanye right now. just going off, you know, like he's already giving up public service.
Had a clone for a minute. They said.
Hey man, they say Kodak got a clone too. They say a lot of these niggas out here.
I'm positive those guys are the last people they'll think about. Like they're not that impactful. You know what I'm saying? Like I figured that if you're gonna clone somebody, you're gonna clone somebody. You know what I'm saying? Not some.
He said juice, not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
respectfully.
Right, respectfully. if you're gonna sit there and clone somebody, it's like, how do I put this? You know, there's Jacques Cousteau, you know, marine biologist. There's Hemingway. You know, there's Bill Russell. You know what I mean? There's MLK and Malcolm X.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yes, that's me.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Stephen A. Smith is basically Kanye, but for sports.
Right. Clearly, we're not watching the same game. Clearly.
Sitting here right now, I don't care that the Knicks missed out on Donovan Mitchell. The fact of the matter is that brother is gonna come home to you, whether or not you like it.
Yeah, basically.
Also, the Cowboys. It's like
and Lamar, he can't do it. He can't do it. They need to just hire somebody else.
They are not gonna pay this running back $180 million.
But they the people I would think would be cloned, like Steve Harvey. not no goddamn Gucci or Kodak Black or somebody like that. They're not. Come on, man, like cut the cat.
You don't think
somebody? I'm calling Bernie back.
Yeah.
He's the Ross.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, goodness.
Red Fox, you know, Della Reese. You know, and you're basically saying they're like listen, you face tatted niggas is not good.
If they said somebody like Pop or Jay, I'd be like, well, when you think about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not no. Come on, man.
Right.
They
If you want to clone Big L, by all means, but you're not about to stay here and clone.
Yeah, they're the bottom of it.
Yo said that there's actually a list. Them niggas missed it by 100 yards.
They're East Point Mall. You know what I'm saying? You don't have another option, so you're just gonna go there. That's it.
Behind the food plant or in front of the food plant?
Yeah, real talk.
Yo said it's not even the Dumb Dog Superstore, Walmart Superstore. Yo said East Point Mall. Where you walk into there, and brother,
what happened?
You literally walk in there and you can see ghost children playing with a ball right next to a Foot Locker.
Yeah, real talk. But yeah, man. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just, you know, I think having something you love to do is like very important.
Absolutely, very.
Like, we all need a muse.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I didn't take this professionally, like this wasn't even my first choice growing up. I wanted to be on Jurassic Park. I wanted to chase dinosaurs for a living.
Hold on. Time out.
I wanted to be a paleontologist.
Okay. So, you have to clarify next time.
You said you chasing dinosaurs.
I said what I said. Yeah, I want to chase dinosaurs.
No,
what's the problem?
The problem is, nigga, you missed it by a few million years.
Respectfully.
You know.
Right, respectfully. No. It's one thing to say I want to dust off the bone. Yo said I'm trying to do that Jurassic Park shit. First of all,
you couldn't tell me that growing up. You couldn't tell me that. But no, I want to, you know, music always played a role in my life because that was just what was in the house. But I wanted to be a paleontologist or something like that.
Okay.
I didn't really start getting deep into music until probably like my late teens. I started DJing when I was about 15. I stole my first pair of turntables from a friend of mine.
Did you ever return the favor?
No. My mom
expressed it.
My mom and my sister took my Christmas money and made me pay for them. But
okay.
I wasn't giving them back.
So you're that guy. Hopefully, you're still cool.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Flojo. He was like one of the dopest DJs in my neighborhood at our age. You know what I'm saying? So he taught me a lot. And then I had DJ Jimmy Jones around the corner, RRP Jimmy Jones. Had Boo Man around the corner, Ronnie Don. You know, those are the guys that I grew up with. So, you know, I just wasn't at probably what they thought was their level enough to ask for things as far as like beats and stuff like that. That's when I started getting to the production side where it's like, I need some rap over. Because I was I'm from the era of the tape stop method. You know, you play the last part of a song and just keep looping that over, keep recording it over and over and over and
I
over.
will never find out his age.
Yeah. I mean, that's where the lo-fi.
Hold up, you said I'm older than you. Nah, you talking like that?
You gotta. That's the deeper part of music production. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call lo-fi music now.
I mean, true.
But
yeah, definitely.
It was a whole. You know, that's where I came from. So I wanted to be a DJ.
I used to record on 8-tracks.
What?
Oh, no.
He was like, my first car was a horse and buggy, but I promise you I'm younger than Jay McGraw. Nigga, you sound like the riddles on the popsicle sticks.
Yeah, I was that guy, you know, then, you know, rhyming over instrumentals. And then it's so great because a lot of these instrumentals that I used to freestyle over, I end up working with those artists.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
were you ever like shocked that it happened, or you were just like, I'm him. This. You know?
I would tell them like, dude, you know, I was freestyling over your records, and you know, and now I'm a huge part of your records.
Right.
You know, that's an honor in itself.
Absolutely.
You know.
Any old tapes you got? Are you rap?
Yeah.
Alright, I need the bottom so I can freestyle.
Yeah. You gotta look the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, because back in the day, like you had records that like the RZA was producing, he'll let the beat run for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That was enough. You know what I'm saying? You take that and just keep running it over and over and over, and you rap to it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Man,
But
that's really crazy.
yeah,
You know, like I mean, just basically how far like beats have, in a sense, come. You know,
Mhm.
like I've sat there and seen like my friends sit there and take like a like a little board and make like a certain like note on it and they'll record it and then just do this stuff. I'll be looking like, man,
yeah.
these producers, man,
Yeah.
they like I'm sorry. These beat makers, because again, like you done warped my entire mind with what a producer is actually supposed to do. You know what I mean? I like, and that's a good thing. That's like you know.
What you call them after that? Session
Session musicians.
Yeah, session musicians.
Right.
Yeah. And even me, for more complex things that I can't play myself, I hire session musicians, hire guitarists, keyboard players. If you know Chanel can do it. Street Scott plays for me. You know, like the goal is to take the record, like I said, take the record to the next level. Even working with other producers, you know what I'm saying? I'm part of a whole community. You know, I call these guys up, my nephew, Ben Banger, Jace, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, how can we take this record to the next level? And we shoot ideas back and forth, and vice versa. They might hit me up. How can we take this to the next level?
So, and you agree, because I know people that don't agree with this, that it takes a whole team of people to work.
A whole team to make a great record.
It's not just one damn person.
It really isn't. And if anybody told you that, they literally have no experience.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I've sat there and I've talked to people. And I've been like, what is that? I'm like, yo, can you send these stems to this person? They're gonna do this. And they'll be like, why? I'm like, well, first of all, nigga, I have sat there and my voice is on here, and this is what I'm working with, what I paid for. Why can't you send it out? Oh well, I'm like, first of all, yeah, like I don't want to hear that crap. You know what I mean? It takes it. Man, I'm telling you, they fumble over the. Yeah, exactly. Well, with the taxes and studio time, and it's like, man, if you don't just send my show, you are paid for your service.
But you can. You can do it alone, but you're not gonna do it well. Like I can't do it alone. I try not to. You know what I'm saying? I love collaborating with other producers and stuff like that. I'm a fan of other producers. I'm a fan of songwriters. I'm a fan of, just putting together a great piece of work that can last.
That's also.
I'm not really into the whole microwave thing. That's why I don't work with a lot of people.
Did you say microwaving?
Yeah.
Microwave.
Instant music.
Jesus, this nigga needs an almanac. Like Kyng Ray. Microwave. He said.
Yeah.
So you believe that it needs to be oven baked?
Yes.
Crafted a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Because if you actually look it up, and this is something I found out very late in my music career, that if you actually look up like a hit song or a hit track, there's literally like 20 damn names in the credits. And people don't understand that. It's not as simple as just like people gotta stop just like you said, these the microwave.
Yeah.
They're just like
microwave.
Yeah. this just like here's this
microwave.
Here's this instinct. Here's this freaking ramen noodles I'm feeding you.
And you also got to realize this. This isn't the 50s and 60s no more, where one guy convinced 70 writers to give him credit for writing a great record. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People ain't playing that these days. People will expose you, all type of stuff. That's why you see, like on Beyonce records, for people who try to discredit her. And I'm not even part of the Beehive. I just know what I know. You know what I'm saying? She has multiple writers, and those writers also have writers and stuff like that. That's why you see so many producers or writers on these records, because once again, that whole community thing. Same thing with Kanye. Same thing with Timberland. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like these days, people ain't playing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with like prior to Motown days, Barry Gordy wrote it, but he really didn't. It was like 15 other people that wrote it, and he just credited them as like the corporation or something like that.
Right.
And I've met a lot of writers from Motown that they was paid $50 and just, you know, moved on with their life. They don't even own their work.
That's what I'm saying. You know, can you imagine that? And people will do that. They get a quick damn buck off you. They'll sit there and just be like, and most people don't think. They just see the money and they're like, take it. I need it. Instead of looking at it like, why does this man coming to me for my product? Clearly, this is more than that. Sit down. Let's get the paperwork and let's really get to talking.
Paperwork.
Yeah.
Paperwork.
Yeah.
Paper talks.
Yes.
Paper talks more than them lips flat.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like I said, a mouth will rip you up very quickly, especially in this business. I can't tell you how many people like it.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
It's just, again, and like, it's not to scare anybody from the prospect of having a music career.
No.
That's all cool. But for the love of God, please
run.
But that goes back to what we were saying though. Like, this is a business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's, you want to protect your brand and most of all build your brand. So you gotta have the proper paperwork that represents your brand, whether it's split sheets, collaboration contracts, you know, like all that stuff is important. Even down to you having these little models all in the band or in your music videos, they need contracts too. Because anybody can say work for hire. Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? All these YouTube rapers with the beats and stuff like that.
Right.
You're starting off bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I'm that guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you're starting off bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want up there like ripping up. Like nowadays, a lot of engineers I know, or a lot of studios I know, they don't even want you in a studio if they know that your beat came off of YouTube and they know you ain't paid for it.
Yeah. They don't.
I don't want you in my studio. You know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to Don Trump. Like, they don't play that stuff. We don't play it, you know what I'm saying? Because we gotta protect our business too.
Right.
And it's funny, like
I got 3 YouTube tracks and I'm coming to record.
Not with me.
That's
like, I could remember, like, and it's funny, like, I could remember probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I did a collaboration project and we had a song called Trust Nobody that we got the beat from another producer. Okay. And it wasn't his beat. How ironic is that? We had a song called Trust Nobody and he stole his beat from somebody else.
How the hell?
YouTube flagged us because the guy heard it and was like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait a minute, a producer. Did this nigga sent you a beat that wasn't even his?
Happens all the time.
It does.
Happens all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
What's wrong with people? You can't sell somebody a beat you made.
I mean,
anything to make the buck, right?
I've seen people sell them as lease. So like they'll snag them from somebody.
Because it's not an attack. Yeah, not a legit.
So instead of just putting in the work to sell me a legitimate beat, you go online, rip somebody's beat, sell it to some unsuspected fool to make a quick $100, $200.
I don't email beats. I don't do none of that. You know, if you want to work, we can arrange a session. I travel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like to travel.
Yeah, I love to travel. But I'm not opening myself up to that anymore because I've seen it so many times. It skipped me, but it's not always skip me.
Right.
You know, I don't do tight beats. I don't put my stuff on YouTube unless it's a release song.
Right.
I don't do any of that. You know, like, you can't do that stuff no more. Like, there's so many ways you can get flagged. You got to be careful sampling. You got to be careful using these. So guys giving you loops and stuff like that, make sure y'all got a proper arrangement for that. Because when that record blows and they give you that loop, best believe they knocking on that door.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Or give them production credit alongside you, especially.
It's really ain't that hard. I mean, would you rather sit there and get sued by a nigga, or would you rather y'all both?
Yeah, put him on your team.
He ain't gonna see this. That's what they say. He ain't gonna see
this. He ain't gonna see this. So now you're
starting out low level.
Right,
Yeah,
like
but always dot your I's, cross your T's. You know, protect each other. You know, y'all want to work together. You know, like I know a lot of guys. You know, they choose not to work with a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
right.
But you know, if you got a team, make sure y'all protect each other. Make sure y'all solid. Make sure you got solid people in your team. I'm gonna tell you, I don't have a big team, but I have a team.
I don't blame you. That teams are very overrated. Trust me.
Yeah.
If everybody's not on the same mindset, if you're the only nigga on your team getting money, you need a new team.
There it is. There it is.
That is 100% real.
But let's get into these goodies though. I got some goodies, man.
What, some goodies?
Yeah, I got some goodies over there.
All right, well, man, go ahead. Go ahead.
Some goodies over there. Am I up? Am I even up? Let's see. What is that? What is that?
Making a live beat, y'all.
I cleared my samples, by the way. I can do what I want.
He's like, before y'all try to hit me with that, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Let's see what we got.
First time for everything, y'all. First time for everything. He's making a live beat on the show.
Hey, my first time. That's your first time.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do some drill shit. Let's drill them.
All right.
All right, let's see what we got.
You said King Ray Charles?
Baby Ray Charles.
Baby Ray Charles.
So basically, what I'll be doing at this point, I'm already mixing the beat in my head already. I probably got a hook already. I usually deliver beat samples at the same time, or probably a whole song. So I'm breaking the song down in my mind.
Okay. That's dope. Y'all just saw a beat made entirely live.
Oh, we ain't done yet, though. What else y'all want me to do? What you want me to do? Let's take it to the club.
I want to know the hook. What the hook gonna be?
Yeah, what is?
I don't even know hook for this beat. Alright, that's that. Let's take him home real quick.
Hey!
Are you over here cooking?
Hey!
So that's all and that's it, right? So that still wouldn't be that still wouldn't for real, that still wouldn't even be like this is probably not even 15% of the process. This is just me throwing ideas around. So by the time I really get into it, you know, I start arranging things and tracking stuff out and probably adding things or enhancing and all that stuff.
It was like there's a lot to be done with it. Unfortunately, y'all won't make just
I don't know.
I mean, like y'all can't hear the entire beat just yet.
Respectfully.
Yes, respectfully. And whatever we are, in fact, at the end of our broadcast, we want to thank Kyng for being here, making that beat live and giving y'all some informative tools needed for artists here coming up. But you got any parting words for the people?
Yeah, man, just stay dope, live your life. You know what I'm saying? When no one's served, when someone no longer serves the purpose in your life, don't hold nothing against them. Just say I'm too dope for this shit, and then leave. That's it.
Just drop the mic.
Right there. Shit.
Drop the mic. That's it.
Right. Not the mouth.
So be dope together. Be dope together.
I was about to leave y'all in here.
But
Too dope for this shit.
So I'll leave y'all with a party beat. How about that?
Okay.
I'll leave y'all with a party beat. All right. I've been Jersey, yo, we got something crazy coming with this. All right, real quick. Let's take them home real quick. Y'all can get on out here.
From Kyng, James Guy, and Kyng, this is the Two World Power 4.4 Radio. Peace.
Precious baby.